Okay, this is not one that I'm looking forward to, but we will do it anyway. So, I don't very often put a MacBook in a trash bag, and that is for good reason. So, I have no idea what is in this thing. But we're also going to take precautions in case it is something It has a brown substance under the plastic cover, which is not generally good. What else do I need? Yes. I need these. So, let's get started. So, let's take this stupid... I really hate these bottom covers. Yeah, biohazard bag. This is not a fun one. These stupid plastic covers. The contact time on these is 1 minute. These have bleach and other stuff that covers norovirus and all kinds of other nasty stuff. So we're going to wipe this for about 1 minute. I threw that plastic cover in the trash. I'm not even going to deal with that. Go for another about 35 seconds. I'm really curious to what's going to be inside of this thing. That's about good. Throw this wipe away. The screws, let me grab a screw holder. The mask is helping, but it's not completely about the keyboard. Yeah, I did that last night, but we'll do it again. Now, the customer said this wasn't thrown up on. Unsubscribing people, let them, I don't care. I don't care if I get... interesting. Nothing inside. Where can I put this? We're just going to set that right here. Let's take the motherboard out now. To T5. What sucks even more is I'm going to have to disinfect everything after touching on this. So the microscope, the tweezers and screwdrivers I use are going to go in I have a separate ultrasonic for this stuff because this happens all the time. Filled with a disinfectant. Could care less. You're going to get sprayed with Lysol. Orange smell is much more pleasant than whatever that is in this thing. Before we handle this board, it's going in the ultrasonic. Where's that one screw? It is. There's one last screw here. Keyboard backlight, come out. So this actually doesn't have liquid damage. But why does it stink like that? I don't get it. So the motherboard, let's set this right here. We're going to do another wipe of the inside with everything. So in about 10 minutes, we have to wipe this all down, let it sit for around a minute just so it's safe to handle. Hopefully it'll kill whatever is creating that scent. Does the board itself smell? Yes, the whole thing does. It's terrible. That's thoroughly wet. Hopefully their battery is going to be okay. If it is, I don't really. If it isn't, I mean, let's do the same. About a 1 minute contact time. Roaches, no. Roaches aren't this bad. I wouldn't be wearing a mask and having biohazard wipes right here if it was roaches. Stupid, I hate these plastic covers. They're absolutely useless. About 30 more seconds. Ten more seconds. It's good. Inside of the lid. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me if this is... the odor is kind of hard to describe, and I don't really want to describe it. It's just not nice. That was another 25 seconds or so on the keyboard. See, with a lot of disinfectants and stuff, there's a contact time. You can't just wipe it. You have to keep on the surface for about a minute. So these are about 1 minute. So we wipe it for 1 minute, but it still hasn't dried yet. So let's give it about a minute. Now we're going to do the screen. We're going to discard each wipe after we're done using it, because that could spread stuff. I have bags and bags of these too, so we have no concern here. Should I take this plastic cover off? No, we're going to leave that on. But we're going to wipe the screen. That is 1537, so around 1637. You can stop wiping the screen. (1609), 1611, about 30 more seconds. Ten more seconds. Yeah, I don't really care about the finish at this point. No, they didn't label this as a biohazard, but if you open the package and smelled it, you would know it's a biohazard. So this is now relatively safe to handle. It's disinfected. We're going to set this over here. Now we have to do our tools because we don't want to spread anything. These wipes are relatively harmless. It's bleach, mainly water, bleach and water. So, screwdriver. Anytime you have a biohazard job, you have to do this. You can't. Thing is, if you touch your tools, put your tools back on the bench, you're still spreading, whatever it is. You need to disinfect your tools. That's good. Our tweezers now. I'll poke myself there. That wouldn't have been good. See, I think he's speaking of Ebola. Kills MRSA, regular staph, rotavirus, rhinovirus, something I can't pronounce, polio, norovirus, C. diff, all kinds of stuff. So these are good. So let's see, wipe the board a little bit. Go check something real quick. Ultrasonic is at 41 degrees. Not quite hot enough yet. So we're going to take this paper towel, throw this away. We're going to give our bench a good wipe too. Okay. We need a proper I/O board, which I know those are around here somewhere. They were here yesterday. Should be one or two. Where'd all the I/O boards go? They're usually they used to be stuck right up here. Whatever, we'll use a corroded one. So let's plug this thing in. I need the proper I/O board. Now, wait a second here. This is why I don't like organizing my office, because stuff always winds up missing. I just saw the I/O board out of the corner of my eye, so we're good to go. So this board is wet right now, so it may or may not turn on. So we get no fan spin. Where's my keyboard? No fan spin. So the first rail we need to check, especially since it's not liquid damaged, is going to be PP bus G3 hot. So PP bus G3 hot, we're just going to measure on one of these caps right over here. Or actually, we'll just do it on the fuse. On the fuse, we have 0 volts. Now, do we have a short on PP bus G3 hot? Because a lot of times we'll get capacitor failures. We don't. I think, let's plug this in again, because this kind of is going in funny. We have a pin. Let's take our fan off. We have a pin here, and this is maybe one of our first issues right here. Why is this catching? There we go. My USB cable was catching on the oscilloscope. So they said this just stopped turning on by itself, and see what I see in there? Richard Martin is here. Have you ever worked on biohazard boards, Richard? Measuring PP-bus again, we have 8.56 volts here now. Measure CPU V-core, 0 volts. So now we just need to do an inspection of the board. What are you? You don't look too happy. This actually looks like you might have a little bit of corrosion right here. Now, I want to do a demonstration here. So you see this? Would you really trust this? Look. See that nonsense? Now, if we clean this, what would this do? So if we simply take a Q-tip, so yeah, this board, Richard, I never wear a mask, and there's a reason why I'm wearing a mask and cleaning everything continuously with these. But I think we found the reason for that. I just don't understand. The board isn't that bad, but the stench is just terrible. I mean, so we're just going to clean this, and let's see if this works. And this is a point I want to get across, is a lot of shops ultrasonic stuff and leave those components that are bad on there, and that's not fixing. And still no fan spin, so I'll shut up for now, but let's rip this off the board. Let's get rid of the smell on the board. Look what I did. I just put it everywhere. Teresa, that's actually a good idea, or a good suspicion, because that's kind of what it smells like. I just don't understand it. I don't see anything in there that would create this stench. And there's nothing, I don't understand. Hi, how can I help you?
Hi, I have a MacBook that I got some thermal paste on a circuit board.
Okay. What kind of thermal paste?
But I guess it's somehow electrically conductive or something.
Is it like Arctic Silver 5 or something?
It's not. It's Insignia NSPCYTC55. It's some goopy stuff.
It shouldn't. Where did you get it? Did you just get it on the CPU or on the board itself?
On the board itself.
It's not turning on?
So I'm hoping that I can get the board cleaned.
Yeah, so
hoping that maybe after it's cleaned it'll work. It's actually an SSD hard drive, one of those little circuit board hard drives that Apple puts inside of MacBook Airs.
Oh, okay, yeah, just a standard SSD. Is that where the thermal paste got?
Yeah, it's it's not actually the standard SSD. It's a big one that I got from Otherworld Computing.
Okay. What I would do, honestly, before sending it here, one, we have an ultrasonic cleaner so we can get all that stuff off, but if it's just on the SSD, if you have a Q-tip and alcohol or even a paper towel,
I've been doing that.
And it's still not working?
Right.
So does the computer turn on and just not detect the hard drive, or just no power at all?
Yeah, the computer turns. I have the old drive, which still works, so I can power the computer up with the old drive plugged in, and it works fine. It's just there's some data on the new drive that my partner really wants.
Okay.
And, so do you know of anywhere? You guys are kind of far.
You'd have to mail it to us. That's what we have. That's why we have mail in. If an ultrasonic cleaning fixes it, that would be $75. But if it needs more advanced rework to get the drive to work, that would be more. That could be anywhere from $150 to $330 at least. If it requires micro soldering recovery for the hard drive.
And just an ultrasonic cleaning, $75.
Yes.
Tragic. Is there anywhere that's closer to me that I could go to? I'm in Marina Del Rey.
Yeah. Look up the Mac Studio. They're in Venice, so they're actually right down the street from you. Let me get you their number real quick.
Oh, I can look it up.
Okay, yeah, they're on.
They have an ultrasonic cleaner.
Oh yeah, so they do board repair too. It's the Mac Studio, and they're in Venice.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Thank you. Bye. Yes, an ultrasonic cleaning is $75, and yes, if you want me to recover your OWC drive and solder stuff to it, that is anywhere from $150 to $380. Poor Anthony. Because that's where this guy's going to go now, is Anthony. I love when people ask, oh, do you know anyone that's better, or do you, it's like, or the best one is either, do you know anyone that's better than you guys, or are you sure you guys are capable of doing this? It's like, no, I'm an idiot, I'm just, no, I'm not capable. I'm just a moron. Missing pad. We need wick. I'm gonna try and use an old piece of wick or something. Grab a donor board. At this point, I don't think there's anything that I'm going to get sick from on that board. And that was my main concern here. But still, I'm going to take precautions because of the stench. I just don't understand how something could smell that bad and not have anything dead in it. Yeah, I agree, Caroline. It seems like he wanted it to get fixed for free. I mean, 75, this guy, I'm not going to say where he's at, but the area he's in is not a poor part of town. Trust me, it is not a poor part of town. And I know for a fact Anthony's going to charge him probably more than $75 for an ultrasonic cleaning. I could be wrong, but I think he will charge him way more than $75 for. Mask off. I don't think I need it anymore, since the flux kind of drowned all that out. I'm just going to tin these pads up. I'm going to see what the one I screwed up was. No, I sent it. Teresa, what I did is I created a page on my website that said free help, and it was a contact form, but what I did is I had the contact form redirect to his email, so if someone went to Please Bro Me, it would, on the free help page, it would go to him. But yeah, I mess with Anthony a lot for no reason. And OWC SSDs, people act like OWC is the best. No, OWC is terrible. Do not buy an SSD from OWC. They suck. You need to get the genuine Apple SSDs. Don't buy the junk aftermarkets that don't work. No. If like SanDisk or one of those companies made a decent replacement, that's another thing. But they don't. No one does. There's OWC, which is terrible. And there's OEM. You get OEM. And then once the ultrasonic cleaner is at 75, we'll dip this thing in there. And then our other ultrasonic cleaner for tools, the tools are going to go in there for like 65 at 10 minutes. That has disinfectant in it. Ultrasonic cleaning usually shreds viruses and stuff. Adam, you're here. How are you feeling? You feeling any better? The MacBook with the terrible scent is already fixed. Well, we have enough self-confidence here that we know it's fixed by this chip. Yeah, I hate stomach issues. This tip is fine. What are you talking about? If your tips don't look like this, do you even solder? Or do you just solder properly and not scrape and destroy pads like I do? So that's that second pin. This is a 00165. Or 3437, doesn't really matter. It's all the same nonsense. Export view. File. 00165 or 3437, either one. What does this chip do? This is U7400. Yeah, that's kind of important. That's just the PP5VS5 pin. So what we're going to do is make a little jumper wire there. So let's grab some. That's going to be the VCC pin, I think. I was expecting to find something much worse in this thing. Fairly glad I didn't. I think that's PP5VS5 too right here. Not 100% sure. I have to kind of run this guy under this chip. Just like that. That's perfect. Let me make sure that that probe point, yes it is. Now we kind of need our 7460 to work, and I knocked that off earlier, so we're going to place that. Hopefully without screwing up my wire. Here's our fan. Here's our fan. Will our fan spin? Here this goes. Charger going in 3, 2, 1. Charger plugged in. And the fan spins. What do you know? It is fixed. MacBook with the terrible smell is fixed. Now we're going to prep this for ultrasonic. I wonder if something leaked in it. That's another, I don't know. It did have liquid damage. I don't know. High temperature ultrasonic bath. The enclosure is disinfected. I should probably get those other pieces out of the trash and disinfect those too. Does it still stink? The board a little bit, yeah. So that's why it's going to get ultrasonicked. The heatsink probably gets sprayed off too. And just put in the alcohol. I'll probably do that with the screws too. They'll go in the alcohol. Is this the puke book? Yes, Justin, it's fixed. And Justin, you still can't donate 87 cents yet. Does it have a particular odor? Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, 100% it has a particular odor, if that's what you want to call it. I think Teresa's theory is correct, honestly. Who knows? I have no idea. It was just no good. I always clean the heat sinks off before ultrasonic because the paste goes in the cleaner and makes a mess. I don't like that. So let's recap what we did. Corrosion on U7400 or whatever that thing is. Broken trace. Replaced a chip. Ran a wire. Replaced R7460, and this works. Let's inspect. Common area corrosion uses U1950. U1950 looks fine, and this is good to go. So ultrasonic bath, in queue for ultrasonic, and now I have to clean my work area thoroughly. That's at 51. We're just going to let this sit in the alcohol, because that can sit and sterilize and do whatever it wants in the alcohol for a while. I don't have Vicks here. I have Vicks at home, but yes, I do that all the time. I like the smell of Vicks. So now I'm going to wipe down my tools again, and those are going to go in the ultrasonic. And that's about it for right now. There's some other terrible jobs I need to do. Unfortunately, those aren't going to be too stream worthy. They're all, one has a hole in it and no PP1V8. It's probably a dead PCH. It's overloaded from shorting the PCH. We have another one that's warranty, no post. It actually isn't warranty. It failed. This is the third time this thing. They sent it once, no post, dead CPU. They replaced the board. The replacement board had corrosion on it, no post. U1915 wire to the 3V42 pin. And fixed that, nope, and then it comes back again with no post. Redid my work. It's still not posting. So there's a couple things that can cause no posting. Heck, I'll just go grab it. This is a donor. Let me go grab the no posting board. Keys. I need to unlock. The safe where the computers are. What slot are you in? I know you're in A1502, and you're in A1502 that should have a yellow tag on the bottom case. And I just dropped the screws all over the floor. So I'll have to order replacement screws for this. Yeah, the screws just fell and went just everywhere. But we don't need screws to test post. Is this the right one? Yes. Orange tag. At least the SSD didn't get lost. So I need replacement bottom case screws, and I need replacement motherboard screws. Order those from Beats Tech. Now, it's not the keyboard that'll cause no post. It's going to be anything related to CPU, any signals with the CPU. So CPR, CPU VR, whatever from U1950 can do it. PCH power OK, PM PCH power OK can do it if it's low. So typically, if that is like 0 volts, we're not going to get power. But if that's like 2.7 or around 2.7, we'll get no post. These are fresh gloves, so I'm not touching my Coke with, you know, vomit gloves. Okay, so posting issues to check. So on A1502s, anything with the Broadwell chipset. Rule number 1: the most likely cause of no post is your CPU. I'm not even kidding. Broadwell, Intel ULV are terrible for PCH and CPU failures. It's a lousy architecture. It's the first process down to 22, and it's just no good. I mean down to 14. So yeah, something happened there. So secondly, no posting issues. This chip right here. So you see this little thing that's soldered kind of lousy? This can cause no posting issues as well. This does something related to CPU. It's kind of important. And yeah. So another cause can be a bad clock chip. And if we notice our clock chip, has some junk by it which looks like liquid damage. I know sure as heck I didn't do that. And you know what? This is not my soldering, because no, I didn't even change this. See a pad that's kind of worn away. So I think this would be, I don't know. So who in chat would classify this as warranty? If you change, so here's the thing. They bought a refurbished board. I fixed the refurbished board and then laid the F-35 or F-22 taken off down the street. Let's pull this clock chip and have a look. I may just warranty this, or no, this would be prorate. It's a separate issue that it was originally sent for on a separate component, so that would qualify for prorate. It's not original repair, because it's lasted almost a year. So we're going to go ahead and I also reworked my original work, which was U1950. I always do that for warranty. Yeah, I'll redo my original work, just benefit of the doubt, see if that is, and we'll go ahead and change our clock chip here and see if it posts. And I have to order screws too, because I screwed up and done. Let me do Beats Tech A1502. We need and their website is not loading. So let's go ahead and message Wes right here and complain. And now it loaded after I sent that message. So MacBook Pro A1502. Bottom case screws. Add to cart. Now I'll do this while I'm in the process of fixing this board. Yeah, you know what? I don't think this was... I think this was fresh liquid damage, honestly, or humidity damage. Because I usually would catch stuff like that, and it kind of looked like it had junk around it. And this... yeah, this is... no good. We need clock to have a brain. We can't have... That's the things about warranty, is like you don't know often if it's come back for another thing. Sorry, I'm sidetracked. Bailey is here. A1502, where is it? MacBook Pro. A1502. Now motherboard screws. Because I'm a moron and dumped the screws all over the floor. You don't need trackpad shield screws, I don't care about those. And their website is going incredibly too slow right now. Yeah, I think that's a perfectly fair policy. If a board comes back for not really warranty, but another issue that developed that wasn't what I did originally, that would be classified as prorate and not warranty. I mean, warranty, if there's anything related to what I did that broke, I will absolutely fix that for free. So let's say if U1950 screws up, or, you know, shorts and then blows a fuse, or something stupid like that, then I'll absolutely fix everything like that. But if something that I know is working 100% and was fine when it left my shop, then that would be more prorate and not full-on warranty, because it's still, what I replaced hasn't failed. What I replaced was fine. So let's say if a board was corroded everywhere, and I ran wires and this and that, then a little cap failed or something, then yeah, that's, you know, warranty. But when something's working fine and has liquid damage, you know, I don't know. That liquid damage kind of looked, I don't know if it was fresh or left behind, I don't know. Haven't decided what I'll do with this yet. Larry is here. Let's clean this up a little bit. Well, the thing is too, Bailey, is that wasn't, the clock chip was working just fine when I got it. It passed probably 1 hour minimum of stress testing. It worked for 6 months after, you know. So I think that's fine for prorate. You know what I mean? It wasn't failed at the time that it was at my shop. It's like if you bring your car in for a repair, you know? You know, and you have... let's say you have timing belt put on, right? And then 6 months later, your oil pump fails, and you have need bearings. You know, it's kind of that thing. It's yeah, but Carolyn, the thing is with high-res photos, it would be too much of a pain because there's a lot of boards come through here. If I hired someone, yeah, I would absolutely have that done, but it's just too much work for me alone. So we're going to give you a nice new 148 CV right from a stolen board, stolen off of a donor board from Rossman Repair Group, most likely. So we know it's going to be top A+ quality, guaranteed never to fail. Or someone helpful at store.rossmangroup.com will fix your board for free if any part that you ever use fails. Even if you have flux. So if you buy flux from store.rossmangroup.com, if you use that flux on a MacBook and then the board later fails on an unrelated issue, they will fix it for free. And that is the kind of excellence that store.rossmangroup.com provides to their customers. Actually, this one came from a donor board in my shop because I didn't wick it. I know I didn't wick it. Yeah, and Joshua, that's the thing with taking pictures. Like for social media, for example. I've never had social media bring me anything. I mean, having a business Facebook account, okay, I had that. It brought me maybe 3 customers. It's just not... the business Instagram account has brought me 0 customers. It just attracts people asking questions. So yeah, all that stuff is pretty useless. The thing with Facebook is people really don't want to pay my prices there anymore, like in the groups. So, what a lot of people would do is tag me, and when people ask, who can fix MacBook boards and stuff, people would tag me in those posts, and I'd say, sure, you send me a message, and now it's like, okay, yeah, that's 240. It's a Retina, that's 240 for board repair, and they flip out, like, what? What do you mean 240? Yeah, it's 240. Oh, I'm gonna go shopping around and see if there's anybody else that can do this for cheaper and this and that, and that's how it's been with almost every single one lately. because you get these people that charge insanely low prices and it ruins the market. And what's going on is the culture for cell phone repair and MacBook repair is different. So with iPhone repair, you get a lot of people charging a lot cheaper. You know, for board repair, you know, $70 to $100 is really common. And what's going on is these people that fix phones are learning MacBooks, which is great. You know, we need more MacBook repair out there. But the thing is, they're using that same pricing for MacBooks. So instead of, you know, charging reasonable rates, they're charging, you know, 100, 200, and I mean not 200, but they're charging $100 for MacBook repair, and that's creating a really low expectation of my rates. So I just deleted my Facebook account. There's no point of having that there. So let's see if we fix this. Let's plug it in and measure V-core just to make sure we didn't screw up soldering that chip. Orange light, do we get V-core? 1.85 volts on V-core, which is right around what we should be for Broadwell. Let's go grab the enclosure. What the heck is going on here? Okay, let's grab a 1502 enclosure to test this thing. A1502. This is a 2015 MacBook, board number 8204924. I have a love-hate relationship with the 4924. They don't fail that often, but when they fail, it's usually a dead CPU when they fail randomly. I would never buy or use an Apple product. But if I had to use one, I would probably use a 2015 A1502. Not endorsing them, saying I like them, I'm just saying. It's one that's not too terrible. I highly advise you get a ThinkPad, but if you don't, the 2015 A1502 is okay. Where's my keyboard? Okay, we're going to plug this in. Let's see if this boots. So our heatsink is getting warm. No chime yet. No post. Oh, wait a second. Justin Millman uses an A1502. I can't use that now. Screw that. Yeah, still no post, so it was not the clock chip. Darn. But if liquid got by the clock chip, liquid probably got under the SMC or on the crystal. The crystal can go bad. But let's try a little flux on the SMC first. Now see this? Look at this. So where is it? The board had this on it when it came in originally, these metal flakes, and it was everywhere on the board. The ultrasonic cleaner cleaned out most of these, but they're still apparent, especially near the SMC. I don't know what this was. It just had metal fragments everywhere. You can tell if something posts by how hot the heatsink is too. If it's posting, the heatsink will get warm pretty quick. If it's not posting, then it'll stay cool, despite having V-core. Well, not cool, but it'll stay warm and won't burn you. When if it is posting, it will burn you relatively quickly. Could also be a BIOS issue, but I kind of doubt it. A lot of things can cause no post. That SMC looks pretty good, but we'll flux it and reflow still. Some flux around it. Don't need fume extractor. At least move fume extractor closer. I screwed up when that crystal came off. Put a little flux right here. Come on, solder, good to get down there. Good. A1502. We need a 25 megahertz crystal. This one hopefully has it, and it doesn't because I stole it. This one is also stolen, of course. This one is also stolen. This one is also stolen. This one is also stolen. This one is here. Yeah, I hate that. Yeah, when they just reflow it and not take the... It's common sense. I mean, come on. Yeah, it's YouTube, not on my end. Did you ever get your boards at custom sold from you? They didn't. That was Lewis. They stole batteries from him. I've had them opened and tagged U.S. Border and Customs, whatever, but I've never had them stolen yet. Yeah, common sense isn't... I agree with you, Bailey. It's not common at all. I'm also gonna... the solder joints on these break a little bit. Let's test one more time. I could ultrasonic the smelly MacBook and get that out of here. The quicker that's out of here, the better. As simple as that. I still don't understand it, though. I really don't understand it. I thought for sure the thing would have had puke in it. Plug in screen. You have screen. Let's plug in speaker 1. This one is a different one. This one isn't the same one. This one is no post. And no post boards are always just lovely. Still no post. So at this point, this can go for a high temperature. Bathroom. Oh, it chimed. It did chime. It was either stuff under the SMC or a bad clock crystal. Let's see. You can see that there's light on the screen, but give me an Apple logo. Apple logo, come on. So it was a clock crystal that failed. And that happens. The clock chip was likely fine, and the crystal just failed, cracked, or who knows what. Chime, come on. Question mark, do whatever. Wait a second, you shouldn't be question marking. You have an SSD in here. What's wrong? TCRS U1950 4418 8918. So this was serviced in August, September, October, November, December, January, February, 7 months, yeah. Seven months and an unrelated component that failed, that's prorate. I'll take bad SSDs. Let's see. I think it was a clock crystal more than anything. Come on, Chime. Don't do this. It does take a long time to post, but that's sort of normal. It's not really a concern. That's just screwed up BIOS. Not screwed up BIOS, but just, yeah, Apple nonsense. Okay, so this SSD is mine, so you're not going to give me an Apple logo. You're going to question mark again. Yep, you're going to question mark. I know it. Sad. Poor MacBook. Always question marking. No, Apple logo. You do boot. You get stuck like a 2011. Come on, hurry up. Poor little MacBook. You can stay right there. Don't fall. While I do stuff over here. It's probably going to boot into recovery or something. So I have bottom case screws. Now I need hinge. I don't need hinge or I/O board. I just need motherboard screws. Did this thing move? I don't know. Yeah, it should almost be booting now. Because I have nothing plugged in too, so that's probably part of it. I just have the speaker and LCD plugged in. This should have booted. Plug in trackpad. I'll give you trackpad and battery. Hopefully that'll make you happy. Trackpad and battery should be enough to make this happen. I don't know. I think this is my SSD. Pretty certain it's my SSD. We'll find out. Chime. There we go. It needed a battery and trackpad. So yeah, this works. As you guys can see, I fixed it. It was a bad clock crystal, which is, yeah, not really common. It probably cracked. Who knows? Drop. Who knows how it failed? But yeah, fixed. Ultrasonic. Ultrasonic. I'll put screws in it because I dropped all the screws. And yeah, fixed. Give me 1 second. I have to finish ordering. You know, the price of the screws are insane. I will go and pick those up off the floor. I'm not going to pay $40 for darn screws. It's ridiculous. Should I do another one, or... Oh shoot, it's 4 o'clock. I had stuff to do. Another MacBook. Another MacBook. So here's a really interesting one that I've been working on for a while. So, this has had an issue with PP-Bus G3 Hot. Unfortunately, I was not the first one to work on it, so that made it a lot harder on me. But we have PP-Bus back. The FETs were trashed and everything. This is just a test. I'm not going to leave this, obviously, but this is a test wire. We have PP-Bus back, but the issue is, so what we're going to do is put a little bit of water right here. Right. Not water, alcohol. PP-Bus is present, and these FETs are not shorted. However, you'll see in 1 second here. So, like I said, these FETs are not shorted. And PP-Bus is present at proper levels. However, we plug this in. No, have to plug in the right power squid for this to work. You're going to get messages asking, well, what do you mean power squid? I mean 2 wires soldered to the end of a MagSafe adapter. So if we plug this in, we pull about 1/10 of an amp, and notice that's just electrolysis. Nothing to be concerned about. Let's measure what PP-Bus is. So PP-Bus is 10 volts. Yeah, that's normal. So now these aren't getting boiling hot. Let's dry this off. Let's see if PP-Bus goes normal now. Wait, half an amp? That's booting current, but no fan spin? What the heck? What's PP bus at? 12.45 volts, PP5V S5 or S4 is less than... Okay, so this is telling me something. PP5V S4 is low, and these FETs are probably going to be baking. Let's see. Yeah, look. See that? Now, these FETs are not shorted, so what this is telling me is there's something is pulling too much current downstream. So, let's check for some shorts. So let's do PP bus again, just in case one of the FETs just decided to... And we're not shorted on PP bus. PP5V S4. Not shorted. Keep checking rails. So what I think is going on at this point is there is a short downstream. So when those FETs are allowed to start powering the rest of the system, SSD for last is still on the bench. I know. I'll throw this over here. Thank you guys for letting me know, and I just dropped the darn screw for that. I've lost a lot of screws today. I've lost like 50 screws, and I'm not even joking. I should probably find that screw. Well. Paul is here. So what my theory is here, these FETs are going to power basically the whole system, and they're getting very hot. So one, it could be overload if this trace is broken. This trace is a mess. Someone messed with it before me, and it was bad news. I don't think this is broken. It's just a conformal code. I'm going to run a wire course to that, but these are powering the whole system. And if there's too much load on these, what's going to happen, of course, is they're going to get hot. That's normal. We don't want them to get too hot because then they're going to die. But we know we don't have a short on PP bus, so we could have a short though on a sub rail. So we're going to have a look. It's common from inrush on these to damage some components over here for USB and stuff. So at least that's how I've seen it before. We're just going to check for shorts. Board number is 820, no idea, 3662? Wait, no, 3332. Here for PCH, I don't care, these caps look a little nasty. Okay, enough guessing. Let's check rails. So underscore S5. I'm sleepy. I want to go home. And my theory was correct. We have a dead short on PP5VS5. So that's why those FETs are getting hot. So now we have to inject some voltage, figure out what's shorted, and fix this MacBook. Maybe we'll make the fan spin again. You never know when a fan spins. Charles is here. So let's solder something into PP5VS5. Let's see if we... What's this? What are you guys doing here? Who put you here? Someone evil did. Probably me. Nice looking lousy U8900 joints. We'll fix that before this leaves when we fix it. We'll also fix this mess, and we're gonna get rid of that wire that was just there for testing, and yeah, we'll fix all that. This is just purely here for testing right now. At least this part of everything that you guys see. Okay. PP5V_S5. Let's find something nice and big to... What is wrong with Paul Daniels software? It is not complying. Ah, look at you. What's this? Did I screw up? How did that get soldered right there? And what do you know? Ground right here. And yeah, PP5VS5. So someone or me soldered a wire here. And that was probably because I was working right here. I'm an idiot. Look at this. Embarrassing. Nonsense. I'm an idiot. Watch this fan spin. Because I fixed my own idiocy. I'm a dummy. Next stream title is going to be Can Stupid Man Fix MacBook? Plug it in. Whoa, smoke. The fan spun, but there was smoke over here. What smoked? Let's do that again. Let's plug it in. Fan spins. What smoked over here? I saw smoke. I literally saw smoke over here. Right near these caps. Let's see if there's anything hot. So those aren't getting hot anymore. Not hot, not hot, not hot. Not hot. Not hot. Not hot. There's probably a little wire or something. A little solder ball. Like one of those. But yeah, check that out. Nice fan spin. Fixed because I'm an idiot. And bridge that. So now let's fix this big long wire and clean it up. So both gates were blown out. The ISL was blown out. Someone soldered a wire to a random point in the board, and that was no good. So we gotta get rid of that big wire. It's not a gate. You don't really need that big of a wire. There's not really a load on it. It's just a switch. Not switch, but You guys know what gate is on a transistor. Gate is basically the enable. But this looks really bad, and we can't leave something across the heatsink because someone's going to decide to put Arctic Silver 5 and break that. I hate when people always suggest, oh, use Arctic Silver 5. Arctic Silver 5 is not that great. GC Extreme or Arctic MX4. I like Arctic MX4 because it's cheaper, and it does just as good as the job as GC Extreme. So we have to high whatever that says, RAM, that's all I know. This one you're talking about? That's not a hole. Look. See? No hole. So what we're going to do here is break this off like that. You can just touch that again. It's good. Put a little solder on these. Don't look too good. We'll see if it beeps, The real thing is when I've had FETs like this, is can they support the load? I like how when the board just smoked like that in the fan. Okay, so this wire is going to get out of here. We're going to run a nice, clean, professional A+ grade, A++++ quality jumper right here to the other side of the board for Q7030 gate, and then another one for Q7035 gate. Professional. Unproblematic wire. The same quality repair that you would get at any random repair shop. We're just going to tack that there. After ultrasonic, we'll conformal coat this stuff. Put a little bit more there or anywhere where we run wires. But for now, this is going to be just fine. Remember, these wires are enamel coated too. I just like the conformal coat. It keeps them nice and secure. I used to not put conformal coat down, but I kind of like it now. I mean, you're not doomed if you don't use it, but... I also like my wires to have good tension on them. That's just personal preference, though. Run your wires how you want. I don't know, maybe looser wires are better. I don't know. I've always liked wires that have good tension on them. Maybe someone can answer that. What's better, wires that have more tension or that tend to be looser on the board? That's gate right there. And that's okay, even if it's running across components like that, that is not a problem. And charger, yeah, U gate or whatever that is. One we just did was L gate. I don't know. No, that just refers to the gate on which MOSFET it's for. U gate is 35. U gate is 30, and no, L gate is 30, and U gate's 35. It really doesn't matter. Loose tension and drops don't fix. Looser for impacts during Yeah, but this isn't an iPhone, so it'll be fine. I've never had a wire break on me. I've had somebody complain that this is improper. You need to use 26 AWG wires on these boards because enamel coated doesn't work, and you're gonna end up with this and that. It's like, no, go away. It works fine. I don't like this. Some people get scared about the wires too. That's why I stopped asking advice on my website, because sometimes I like to have pictures of my work, to have pictures of wires running. And someone once said, it was in one of the cell phone repair groups, oh, this is so scary. It's like, it is not scary, you're crazy. This is so scary. No, it's a jumper wire. It's not scary. You're scary. There's no good way to route this, I don't think, because I don't want that running over there, and if I put it over here, it's going to go over here. So what we're going to do is run this around here like this. This is just our gate. It's 4 volts. We're going to conformal code it anywhere where it's touching another component, so don't panic. I'm going to kind of use the resistors as little retainers. We're going to go down, push the wire down a little bit, around this cap. No, come on, come on, come on. Around here, don't slip. Darn it, slipped. Hook it around like this. If this touches 12 volts, worst thing that's going to happen is the FET is going to explode and make smoke. It won't touch though. We'll make sure to conformal code it and really ensure that it's not going to go anywhere. Meantime, we're going to bring this down right here. Put a little bit of flux in here. There we go. So that is a professionally run jumper wire job. Not really, it's actually kind of scary. But it'll work. And if it does fail, I'm covered under warranty, but it won't. U8900 now. So if any of you guys don't know how to fix U8900, here's how you do it. And if Justin Millman is watching, he needs to cut out this $50 nonsense. Just going to flux around here. And how we're going to fix U8900 is with our iron. And we're going to kick the iron on. 740. And just touch up all the pins like that. Make them nice and shiny and beautiful. And there we go. Nice soldered U8900. Now, I don't want to turn this on yet. Is this touching anything? Ah, screw it. We'll turn it on just to check it, and then we'll conformal code everything after. So I'll turn it on, show you guys it's not broken, it still works. Of course, now I probably do this, it's going to touch in some random place, the coating is scraped off, and it's going to explode in my face. And Charles, I'm just messing with Justin, if he's here. And spinning fan. MacBook fixed. Pulling an amp. CPU is getting warm, which is a good thing. Fan is spinning. MacBook is happy and healthy. So, that is fixed, and I need to pack stuff. I need to do the part of my job that I really hate, and hopefully in the next few weeks I'll have someone to do it for me. Yeah, I have to pack stuff. I have to send invoices. I have to call people that haven't paid me. I have to pack stuff. I have to bring the packed stuff to FedEx. I have to create labels. I have to write service reports. And I have to reassemble stuff. Yeah, it's sad. So, I'm going to go do that stuff. And thank you guys for watching. And I will see you in the next stream.